morning and welcome to Broadway Church of Christ. Thanks for joining us today. I'd like to take just a moment to tell you about a few things that are coming up soon. This is Broadway Today. As Tim mentioned a moment ago, the International Student Fellowship at Broadway's Christ in Action Student Ministry will be hosting a Taste the World Luncheon today at noon. The international students from Texas Tech University are inviting Broadway members to come taste authentic cuisine from many countries. This is a unique event that you don't want to miss. Come down to CA right after services and join us. Attention parents, this Wednesday night in room 221 is our last class in our Parenting Conversation series. We're talking about raising sexually healthy children in a world gone wild. Please check out the website or talk to Jennifer for more information. See you there.
Good morning. My name is Terry Peacock, and Rhonda and I are members here at Broadway. We also volunteer across the street at Carpenters Church, and I'm currently serving as the president of the board. When we moved back to Lubbock 5 years ago, the relationship between Broadway and Carpenters Church was one of the main forces that drew us here. The fact that Broadway cared not just for your neighborhood, but more importantly for your neighbors. It didn't matter that many of your neighbors lived in poverty, were homeless, were sick, or that some struggled with addictions or mental illness. None of this mattered to you as you started a ministry called Carpenters Church. But I'm not a theologian. I'm pretty sure this would fit the biblical definition of true religion. I believe this is Christianity at its most foundational level. I'm confident that as Jesus saw the doors of Carpenters Church open for that first time, he smiled and said, "That's what I'm talking about." First and foremost, I wanted to take this opportunity from the board, the staff, and our large family at Carpenters to thank you for your generosity. Broadway is and has always been a church that cares and gives. Over the past few weeks, you've heard at least a couple of times that grants Carpenters has received are targeted for very specific things. What I don't think you've heard is what these grants don't cover. They don't cover any of the day-to-day costs of the church. They don't pay for the electricity that cools the day shelter on hot days or the natural gas that warms it on those bitterly cold days and nights. The grants don't pay for the water that allows us to provide shower facilities. These funds don't pay for Bibles or study materials. They don't pay for food and for sleeping bags and blankets, for clean socks, for medicine, for bandages for blistered feet. They don't pay for salaries for our part-time workers like Heavy, who daily shares how he met Jesus because of Carpenters Church and how he left a lifestyle of anger and violence for one of love. I could go on, but you understand how much it costs to support a family, and ours has hundreds. To date, we have received about 2/3 of our goal of $65,000. We realize that some of you have not had the opportunity to give, so while we will not be passing the plate again, I hope that you will contact either Broadway or Carpenters to help us meet our goal. I believe with all my heart that this is a ministry that counts. I believe that this is a ministry that is every bit as important to those of us at Broadway as it is to the homeless. Thank you again for your wonderful generosity.
Lastly, our new edition of By the Way magazine was released today. Be sure and pick up a copy on your way out. That's all for now. We hope you have a blessed morning, and we'll see you next time on Broadway Today.